Mike and Tom are registered with Stewart Partners Global Advisory LLC.
Common Sense Finance with Mike Wiginton and Tom Farrell of HL Wiginton Capital Management, an independent investment and financial planning firm in downtown Jasper. Mike is a chartered financial analyst charter holder, and Tom is a certified financial planner professional. They are here to discuss and give their thoughts on current financial and economic matters. Now, with Common Sense Finance, here are Mike and Tom.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Common Sense Finance. This is Tom Farrell and I'm Mike Wiginton. And so today, Tom, what is on my mind is this: how these folks that write in these so-called financial journals, we won't name any, but they're all over the place, they're constantly coming up with some idea that they're dramatizing. I think they're exaggerating oftentimes, like the retirement crisis. There's a crisis here, a crisis there, and I suppose they have to sell magazines or sell papers or whatever and to get people's attention. So I think we'll call this the income crisis for retirees. So what do you do? I mean, you've been to the bank lately to see what the rate on a CD is, or what a rate on a corporate bond it would be, or even a municipal bond, and what are the folks that historically lived off that income or used that income to supplement their other, retirement income, Social Security, pension income, whatever? What are they going to do? So I know you have some thoughts on that, so why don't you take it away?
Yeah, and this is, and you've been around a lot longer than I have, so this is a historically low interest rate environment. I think you would agree. I know, what was it, maybe even a little less than 2 years ago, we build a corporate bond portfolio, and we're yielding 5%, close to it, between 4 and 5% safely. So that's not the environment we're in now. So a lot of people that have been accustomed to a certain level of income that they're generating off their portfolio, whether it be from bonds or CDs, things like that, they've taken a significant reduction in their income. So what are your options if you're in that situation? Well, the first thing is you can continue to use those same vehicles that are paying you that low interest rate and adjust your lifestyle. Maybe you cut back on some things. Nobody wants to do that. No, most people are not willing or able to do that. So a couple of things that we've seen that are viable options and people have chosen to do, and I think it's worth people that in that situation take a look at, is one, you may have to increase the amount of risk you're taking a little bit. You may have to look at stocks and things like that you haven't had to or weren't willing to look at previously, whether it be just an income portfolio where you have some dividend paying stocks, or maybe you're just invested in the market and you're taking a withdrawal of 3 or 4% off of that. That's one option, and that's certainly something that everybody should explore. It may not be the right option for everybody, but you need to take a look at that. And then there's also some alternative investment strategies. We're not talking about alternative investments, but alternative strategies that maybe people may not even be aware of. One strategy is writing covered calls to generate income. So you own an investment and you write the covered calls that generates the income for you. That's a whole nother strategy. We won't go in too much depth into that, but just to say that is a strategy, and it may not be right for everybody. There's some nuances involved in that people may not be comfortable with, but it is an option to generate income. Well, nothing is right for everybody. Absolutely. There's not one thing that fits that bill. But the overreaching point that you're making, the overarching point is that you're going to have to start thinking outside the box. I think that's the phrase to have that income stream in today's world that you had just a few short years ago. Yeah. No question about that. We didn't invent that. We didn't make that up, and people are going to have to start wrapping their mind and doing a little homework and asking some questions and getting some advice. Yeah, and figure that out. Yeah, and I would encourage anybody that's in that situation, or if you know somebody in that situation, look at some of these other options. Not that you're going to go from 0 to 100, but you definitely need to look at these options and maybe open your mind up a little bit that you may have to do something a little bit differently than what you have been doing or that you're comfortable with. Well, that's well put, and I think spot on. And if there's nothing else, we'll see you next time.
Straight. understand.